Hello students. In our chapter 4 Human Development, we have already covered prenatal and infancy stage. Today in this session, we will talk about our next stage and that is childhood. It has two substages, early childhood and middle or late childhood. As the child grows, his abilities, skills, language, thoughts and experiences enable him to deal with environment and he becomes more and more independent, self-aware and learn about others. In infancy, changes are rapid and faster. But early and middle childhood, growth slows down. There is increase in height and weight. Their physical and mental capacities improves. Size of brain increases and also child's world expands socially. Child gets more opportunities to explore his environment and with increasing maturation of brain, this helps in the development of cognitive abilities. So, childhood is a time of remarkable growth and change. It is a period of rapid physical, mental, and social and language development. Let's now talk about physical development. There are changes in body proportions. The baby look disappears, that is, body fat decreases, and child becomes taller and leaner. The child's overall size increases, though parts of the body they grow at different rates. Physical development follows two principles. Let's now try to understand about them. The first principle is development proceeds cephalocaudally. That means it proceeds from head to toe. It basically means that children they gain control over their upper body before the lower part. The next principle is that development follows proximo-distal trend. It means that development takes place from center to periphery. That is, children they gain control over their torso before extremities. Muscles they are located at the center of the body. They become stronger and develop sooner than those in the feet and hands. As the child grows, he displays advanced physical skills, achieves greater coordination, and learns new skills. During middle childhood, the size, strength, and weight increases. Let's now talk about motor development. Development also improves vastly. Children they show progress in large muscles, small muscles, and eye-hand coordination. Gross motor skills are the physical skills that use large body movements. During early childhood, it involves use of arms and legs and moving around with confidence with more purposefully in the environment. Fine motor skills they involve small muscle movements like finger dexterity and eye-hand coordination. It requires more precise movements using hands and fingers. Also during these years, child develops preference for right or left hand. During middle and late childhood, due to the development of brain and nervous system, child learns to use his hands more skillfully, like using scissors, pasting, tying shoes, fastening clothes, and writing more evenly. Gross motor improvements include better balance, skills like running, jumping, riding a tricycle, catching and throwing a ball. And fine motor improvements, they include self-help skills such as feeding, dressing, drawing and writing improvements. Let's now talk about cognitive development and views of Jean Piaget about intellectual development of children. Jean Piaget believed that young children they think in strikingly different ways as compared to adults. According to him, cognitive development is a progressive reorganization of mental processes as a result of biological maturation and environmental experiences. The key words here are biological maturation and environmental experiences. Organizational of mental processes, it is happening because of biological maturation and environmental experience. Between 2 to 7 years of age, according to him, are in pre-operational stage of cognitive development. Key features of this stage are thinking during this stage is pre-operational, that is before operations. This actually means that Child at this age cannot use logic or transform or separate ideas. Children think at a symbolic level but yet not use cognitive operations. Another feature of pre-operational stage is centration. Children, they have a tendency to focus on only one aspect of a situation at a time. During this stage, they have difficulties thinking about more than one aspect of any situation at the same time. He only attends one salient features and ignores others. Another important key feature of pre-operational stage is egocentrism. Children's thoughts and communication. They are egocentric at this stage. Egocentric means ability to center only on oneself. That is, he is unable to see a situation from another point of view. A egocentric child, he always assumes that other people also see, hear and feel exactly the same as he does. Another feature is animism. Children at this stage, they believe that inanimate objects like toys, furniture, they also have human feelings. Example of this, they can say sun is sad because it is cloudy today. Irreversibility is also a key feature of pre-operational stage. Children at this stage ability to reverse the direction of a sequence of events to their starting point. Another key feature is conservation. It's the understanding that a quantity stays the same even if you change the size, shape or container. And pre-operational child, they lack conservation. In pre-operational child, object permanence is fully developed. He can engage in symbolic and pretend play. Symbolic thought means that thinking in which symbols or mental images are used to represent objects, person or events that are not present. A child at this stage, he can use an object to represent symbolically something else, like using a box or a notebook as a mobile phone or as an aeroplane. We have discussed pre-operational stage, that is from 2 to 6 years, and cognitive development given by Jean Piaget in the same stage. Now we will discuss about concrete operational stage, that is from 7 to 11 years, that is late or middle childhood. It is characterized by development of organized and rational thinking, and it is the beginning of logical thought or operational thought. Child at this stage, he can apply logical thoughts, operations to physical objects they can see, and yet they are not able to think abstractly and hypothetically. Thinking becomes more systematic and logical in concrete operation stage. Child develops the ability to conserve in terms of quantity and number of objects. Child is no longer egocentric. He is able to decenter. He can focus on more than one dimension or attributes and understand their relation. Thought is now reversible and flexible. Now let's talk about social emotional development. As children interact with others and become independent, they also develop meaningful relationships with others. The three dimensions of child socio-emotional development are: first one is development of the self, second one is learning gender or role development, and third one is moral development. The first one, that is development of the self, it is an important milestone in the social development of self-awareness, that is the knowledge or sense of who I am. At first, child's full self-understanding, it is limited to external characteristics, like he can say I am tall, but then gradually it shifts from external to internal ones. Now he starts including his abilities, beliefs, goals, values and knowledge of role. He can say things like this: I enjoy music, or I am a better dancer. He starts comparing himself with others. That is, he makes social comparison. Child might describe himself a better dancer, a better musician or a better writer and compare himself with others. He can recognize his own abilities in relation to other children. Another important dimension is that of gender. Children, they learn that they are a member of one sex or other, and also other rules like that of big brother or big sister. Later they also learn about possible roles they might play in future. They also internalize expected gender appropriate rules about themselves and their contentness or dissonance with their gender assignment. Another feature is moral development. Just as children, they pass through different stages of cognitive development, according to Lawrence Kohlberg, they also pass through various stages of moral development. Children approach thinking about right and wrong differently at different ages. A young child thinks in terms of external authority, that is reward or punishment. Then as child grows, they view rules and laws as absolute guidelines which they should follow. At this stage, moral thinking is relatively inflexible, but gradually, as they grow, they develop their own moral conduct. According to Piaget, young children, they are concerned about the outcomes rather than intentions, and older children, they look at motives behind actions rather than consequences of actions. It is very important to mention that children at this stage, they love to experiment and explore environment, and according to psychosocial theory given by Erik Erikson, this corresponds to the stage of initiative versus guilt. The way parents respond to self initiated activities, it leads to developing a sense of initiative or sense of guilt in the child. For example, giving freedom and giving opportunities for playing like cycling, running, and answering their questions will create a sense of support for initiative taken. In contrast, if children are made to feel that their questions are useless and their games are stupid, the children are likely to develop feeling of guilt. With this, we end our session today. Hope the developmental stage of childhood and different aspects of development are now clear to you. Thanks for watching.